required class?
I'm Matt Gould here on Nico Connection with Mike Niklos. Welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
So football is a pretty big deal around here. It's a big deal, but I know where you went, it was also a big deal. So can you tell us kind of what it was like playing football in Ohio during high school?
Football was awesome in Ohio. We're a lot of small towns, so it's kind of each little town. It's one of the most important things. It gets so important that a lot of towns will actually shut their entire stores, schools, everything down for Friday night just to make sure that everybody can go to the game. So it was real nice. I'm actually from the city. I went to a smaller school, so you guys have about 4,000. We had about 700 in the entire school, so we didn't have a whole lot. So big thing for us was the football program. We usually were a state-ranked team, so it was something that we always kind of got up for.
Yeah, and what was your football career like there? I know you were a defensive back, but you also said you did a couple other things. What positions were you mainly during high school?
Well, actually in high school, I started as a quarterback up until my junior year. And then my junior year, I moved over to corner. Ended up not being able to play corner very well, so they ended up moving me to linebacker. I was linebacker, strong safety my junior year, and then my senior year, I ended up playing linebacker, safety, and then receiver on the other side. Also played a little bit quarterback when we were up by a lot of points. They let me in.
And you obviously had a successful high school career. Can you tell us a little bit about what the recruiting process is like and how that worked for you?
Recruiting process was a little different for me, both as it is now and when I was around. I was a very undersized football player. I was 140 pounds. I was 5'7". So all the looks that I was getting at, even though I had a very successful statistical career, wasn't the best of looks that I wanted. So I ended up going to a military prep school, which is an extra year of high school, down in Southern Virginia. So I actually played a full another season, so I was 19 at the time, out in Southern Virginia.
And you said you ended up going to Robert Morris. What made that decision? Why'd you go there?
Funny thing, long story short, I had given up football. After I left Hargrave, I had some opportunities that fell through to play football, and I ended up tearing my ACL, my meniscus. So for me, it was just a sign not to play anymore. So I ended up enrolling in the local community college. And about a month before camp started, Robert Morris called me just to check in to see how things were going. So I gave him a call, checked the place out. They offered me a full scholarship. So I ended up taking that scholarship and entering camp about 3 weeks later.
And you had a successful career there. You were All-American once or twice?
Three times.
Three times.
Three times.
So even more than that. And obviously that's a successful college career. What did you go on to do anything after that? What experiences did you have with any NFL or CFL team?
Right after college, I signed with an agent. They ended up taking me out to California. So I spent about 7 months out in LA training and doing all that stuff for a combine where NFL coaches and arena coaches and Canadian coaches come out, watch you participate and everything. Fortunately, I didn't get drafted, but I did get going to rookie camp with the Steelers. Didn't last too long. Was there for the weekend. Ended up getting signed a couple months later by the Arena Chicago Rush.
Oh, yeah. And so now you work at a place called Acceleration, which is a sports training facility where you help athletes from all different ages. And can you kind of explain to us what that does and what you can do there to help you improve?
Basically what we do is we start at age 8 and we work all the way up to professional athletes. We train them on speed, agility, and power. We work on their motor skill development, trying to get them as explosive as possible, and we work on the true athleticism of their sport.
And how does something like that come about? Did you have anything like that when you were growing up? Did you have any benefits to that?
Actually, I started, one of our big things at Acceleration is we have a treadmill that goes 40-degree incline. It goes up to 30 miles an hour. And I actually started that program when I was 12. So that ended up, I trained from there, and then my trainer ended up moving out here. So during my college career and after, I actually came up here to train with him. So I've been part of the actual program since I was 12 years old.
And when did you actually start training there and being an active trainer to help people?
I actually started I started getting into it and doing more sports-specific stuff when I was 18, 19, and then I actually started getting into the actual science and the physiology side about it as soon as I graduated college.
Yeah, and you said you do have done professional athletes. Are there any professional athletes that you work with specifically, like in football?
Yeah, we'll get anywhere from about 5 to 15 NFL athletes that come through our centers. We also work with a wide variety of other professional athletes.
Yeah, and what is your favorite part, I think, about, what would you say your favorite part about being able to help these people at Acceleration is?
Favorite thing has got to be, we get to work with kids, we get to build relationships with them, so it's awesome to see them grow both as an athlete but also as a person. So we get a very good relationship with them, throughout their career as an athlete, but as they get into college and as they graduate college.
You said that when we talked about what programs you can do, you said there was agility, speed, and power, and can you kind of go into like what specifically each of those things you can do and how it helps?
Yeah. So what speed is all straight ahead power, what we call, or straight ahead speed, what we call linear speed. So that's getting someone running straight as fast as they possibly can. Agility is being able to move side to side as quickly as they can, both in a controlled manner but also reactively, is what we usually do in sports. Power is being able to go from basically 0 to 100 as fast as possible.
And what I know there's plyometrics, which is a bunch of foot speed and agility and stuff. If you're obviously football has a big deal like that, but if you're just in general an athlete, what can doing agility and stuff help with you?
The great part about it is a lot of time we take skill and we don't necessarily associate it with athleticism. Every sport needs to be able to run faster, they need to be able to cut quicker. Baseball, you need to be able to move side to side as fast as possible. Basketball, you need to be able to take that first step quickness. So every single sport needs that overall development of the speed, plyo, and power.
And is there a specific sport now? You played football, I know you've done other things. Is there a specific sport now that you prefer to train or that you like training more than others?
Baseball is actually, especially since baseball is very big up here, baseball is becoming to be one of my more favorite sports just because it does take a lot of not only athleticism but also the brain-to-body connectivity.
And two baseball players that played here were Ian Kroll and Jeff Rowan, and I know you guys have worked with them. What has it been like working with them, and how have you helped them pursue their professional career?
I've known Ian for about 3 years now. We got to work with Jeff probably past year, and like I said, we go through probably about 30 to 40 professional athletes a year. We'll push through, close to probably about 100 Division I, Division II, and Division III athletes this year alone. I would probably say I would put their work ethic on top of anyone's. They came in here, they worked with us this past 6 months. They were in every single day, they worked their tail off, and they bought in. The big thing with baseball, it's a very skilled sport, so being able to make them understand that the more they can build their athleticism, the easier it is to define and build their skill, is something that's very important and was very important to them, and they saw the results from it.
And one more thing here is, if you wanted to go about doing what you do for these kids, what path would you have to take in terms of like majoring or career-wise? What would you have to do?
Generally, there's exercise physiology or sports physiology or some sort of exercise science that we get into. It's being able to actually understand how the body works and all the chemical reactions that go through a body. One big thing that really I got my success out of was my internships that I went through all across the nation.
All right, that's what we got for today. Thank you for watching Niklos Connection. This was Mike Niklos. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.